In my last test flight of the Magnum Reloaded, a hard landing highlighted a weakness in my wing design, which cracked. The right-hand polystyrene undercarriage support also came apart. In this video, I rebuild the wing and the undercarriage better and stronger than before.
I set about rebuilding the wing and undercarriage. I made a few design decisions. The first was to laminate the inner wing section all the way through to give added strength, and I also laminate the undercarriage supports from printing foam rather than using the expanded polystyrene that I used before. I recycled the wingtips, but this time I angled them slightly flatter to give a bit more lift and be more like the Easy Flyer than the Magnum. I made an aluminium undercarriage bracket which came to 5 grams, which is 10% of the weight of the plane, so no way is that going on. So I think instead I'll go for this arrangement here. So I decided to bolt the wheels directly onto the undercarriage supports. This was a decision I later came to regret.
I cut out the new wing and inner section from printing foam and then moulded them over a large roll of handy towel using rollers and rubber bands, applying a little bit of steam. I then laminated the wing sections using PVA glue. I created laminated undercarriage supports from printing foam and recycled the wingtips. I cut away this foam section to make room for the thicker wing.
And the weight included, with the battery included, comes to 61 grams.
I painted the wheel spats and added some stripes to the wings, and here she is all ready to fly.
With all these modifications, I was confident that this would improve the Magnum considerably. I headed back to Mullum to do some test flights. I was really looking forward to doing some takeoffs and landings with my new wheels.
The Magnum was able to take off okay with the new wheels, and with the new wing it flew really well. Oh, what's that flying in the air? Looks like a sheet of paper. Let's see how she lands. Ouch. I am enjoying being able to take off at last. I had a good long flight with the Magnum. However, after a few takeoffs and landings, I had a problem with one of the wheels starting to seize up. I'll see if I can do a better landing this time. Notice the little tail spin on landing. If the right hand wheel seized up slightly, I had to do a hand launch. I managed to get a 5-minute flight from the Magnum despite the hazardous flying conditions. After the morning coffee break, you'll notice we're now flying clockwise. I just love the way it sits in the air, and it's really relaxing to fly. It's time to land this puppy.
Nice!
The new removable wing has held up well, although I still need to perfect the undercarriage.
The Magnum was able to take off and land okay, although after a few takeoffs and landings, one of the nuts on one of the wheels started to seize up slightly, so I had to do hand launches from then on.
Also, the right-hand undercarriage support had cracked.
Other than that, I had heaps of flying with the little Magnum, and it was really great to be able to do takeoffs and landings at last. Well, initially anyway. This will definitely be one of my go-to planes for indoor flying in the future.
My objective here is to transfer the stress or weight from the wheels from these undercarriage supports onto the fuselage. What I ended up doing is putting a third lamination for the undercarriage support, and then I'll put a foam crossbeam across to see if that gives enough strength. Just trying to keep the weight down.
And here's the final result, all ready for another flight test. A second coat of paint and we're ready to go. We were at Waverley Stadium in Donville to test the new undercarriage.
Oh, undercarriage work at last. Yes!
Here I do a crash test of the little Magnum.
Whoa!
Oh, will it be damaged? No damage. All good. Pull up.
I was just teasing you.
Oh, where did that come from? Nice little bit of bounce in the undercarriage there. Wing and undercarriage sorted.
What's coming up for DavesFunRC? Well, next week I'll show the video of my test flights with the P-38 Lightning using the B-2 Bomber radio. And then following that, weather permitting, I should be able to show some test flights with my new Red Dragon that I have ordered. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for updates on my progress on DavesFunRC. Bye for now.